also have Raining Men in Black.
Let's go.
I mean,
So, Johann,
Yes.
what was the first record that you ever got?
Oh, actually, the first ever musical record was actually a tape.
that's a good one.
It was a tape with a Swedish like 50s and 60s rock and roll group called the Boppers. And they did like old covers of old American, 50s and 60s, rock and roll songs. It was really cool. And they had like the hairdos and all that shit.
Alright. And what is the newest record in your collection?
Good question. My own, actually. But that's a burnt copy, so that doesn't really count. The newest one. I bought a bunch of CDs a while ago. I tried to remember which one it was.
One is enough.
Yeah, I think the first Bloodbath album was one of them anyways. I already had the Dreams Made Flesh album, and then I bought the first one, which I can't remember which it's called now, but that's one of them anyways.
Alright. Which record has changed your life the most?
Probably Kill 'Em All.
And why?
Because when I heard it, I was at a friend's place and he had the LP. And when I heard it, I was like, whoa, there's no way you can play this fast. It's impossible. I was 10. So to me that was like, oh man, what the hell, this is impossible. But nowadays it's not a big deal, but still it was just amazing to hear that.
Right. Which record has the best cover?
Which record has the best cover? There are many great covers, but one that I find really intriguing. I mean, maybe it's not the best cover in many aspects, but it's a really, really good album cover because you always find something new to see in there, and it's Peace of Mind. No, it's Somewhere in Time, the Iron Maiden. That album cover is just amazing, especially if you have it in vinyl.
Philip K. Dick Hotel.
Yeah, I mean it's just an amazing cover. You have all the details over there, and it's just totally perfect.
And what is the most shitty cover?
Amon Amarth, the Crusher.
Is it?
No, no, not really. No, I mean the most shitty, the shittiest. I don't know. I never really cared too much about covers actually.
All right.
But I guess I have to say something.
Metallica Load.
Yeah, that's a pretty crappy one actually. Unfortunately, that's just the album.
But you're right, I think so too.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Metallica. I really respect you up until the Black album.
Same with me. Go, tell me about an album that you would recommend to your best friend.
An album I would recommend to my best friend. Like when I heard Nightmares Made Flesh from Bloodbath, I was really got me right away. It's one of those albums, where you go like, whoa, this is really good stuff. So that's like a pretty recent album, of course. But if you want to recommend something to someone who never really got into like heavier kind of metal, I would probably recommend like South of Heaven by Slayer or something. That's a really good start for him.
And your worst enemy will get which record of you?
My worst enemy would probably like albums I have, or just
any album, any. The worst you can think of.
The worst I can think of. Oh man, I don't even know what it's called, but it was. I have to tell you, this is a funny story. I sort of feel sorry for the guy, but back in the old days, after we released the mini CD, we got a letter from a guy in Germany who had like a small label, and to prove that I was serious, he sent us like a CD that he released, like a CD with the band that he released, and we thought it sucked so much, so we sent it back and said, "This sucks." I don't remember what it was. It was really crappy black metal. It was just pure bullshit. I'm glad I can't remember what it was, but I would give him that.
With which album would you actually try to chat up a girl if you had to use music as a tool?
Tough one, man. It wouldn't be Motorhead, that's for sure. Probably something from Motley Crue or something, man. Girls love that shit, man. You know?
And which record would you play to show somebody who is of your sex that you are a really cool guy?
I don't know. Probably, if that's a difficult one. Probably some AC/DC cover, man. Like AC/DC's album. Because, I mean, especially like the Bon Scott years, like Do the High Voltage or like Power Age is one of my favorite with Bon Scott. And those are really albums for men somehow. Right. I think so, anyways.
And which record do you listen when you're driving in a car?
A lot of shit, actually. Normally I listen to the radio, but tough one. There are some albums that are ultimate for this, but for some reason I can't think of it right now. I really like to listen to like Black Sabbath or something, you know. Masters of Reality is one of those that I can listen to forever, anyways, anywhere I am. So that's a good album.
On which album would you actually like to play yourself, and you haven't been on it?
Probably Ride the Lightning. I mean, Metallica for me was a really good, like, big band, like when I was growing up, and especially after it came on. And Ride the Lightning is probably my all-time favorites of them. And so I know virtually all the lyrics and everything. So.
We have the same taste, it seems.
Yeah.
Which glorious record is hiding in the record collection of your parents?
Some of mine, actually. Actually, even more fun. I found my grandparents, my father's parents. They died recently, so we're going through this stuff. And I found "Sorrow Throughout the Nine Worlds" in mint condition in their in their bookshelf, and they don't even have a CD player. That was kind of funny.
Which record in your own collection is really, really embarrassing for you?
Really, really embarrassing. I'm not even sure I want to tell you that.
Yes, that's what I want to know. The one you don't want to tell me.
I have, actually, I have the single for EMF. What's that song called that they were really
What Time Is Love?
No.
Oh, no, it was KLM, sorry.
EMF, they had, goddamn, what the hell was it called? They had one.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Unbelievable. That's the one I have.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. Sorry about that.
What song are you actually singing when you're under the shower?
Usually football chants for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
For which club?
Djurgårdens IF. Här är Djurgårdens tunga grabbar. Nu är det match på gång igen. Och vi ska festa hela natten lång och sjunga denna sång. And then it goes over and over.
Sing the song and sing the song and sing the song.
It's just a pop song, really. But
all right.
Yeah.
Somebody wants of you that you actually recommend to him a record that has been released in the 70s. Which one would that be?
There are many good ones. This is probably a question for Mike from Opeth. He would sit there for hours thinking, which one? God damn. There's some really classic albums. You know. One of the, I know I already mentioned it, but one of the bands that I first got into as a kid after the Bumpers was AC/DC probably, and High Voltage was like a big favorite. But also like pretty much any Black Sabbath album from their eras.
And when it's the 80s?
the 80s by the Lightning.
Okay, so
In my opinion, it's one of my all-time favorite albums. I have to say.
No Bathory?
I didn't really get into Bathory until later, like Twilight of the Gods and like Hammerheart. Yeah, of course those were late 80s, but still, you know, I was pretty much in the band already when.
I think Hammerheart is 90s. Or was it CD released? 1990, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's Powered by Death. It's 89 or 88 or something. Yeah, that's right.
And then we're at the 90s. So which album was that, please?
I don't know. Actually, the 90s didn't really have a lot of good albums, but like off the top of my head, I can think of two albums that I, really like. It's South of Heaven and Slaughter of the Soul at the Gates.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, 80s otherwise. Radiant Blood, 89.
Right.
That's a good one.
And if you have to recommend a record that is not metal,
a record that is not
hard rock, something completely different.
I don't really have a lot of those albums, but I'm trying to think here which ones was like the last. Well, it's for me like one of the best ever rock singers. I mean, ever rock singers is a Swedish guy called Joachim Thåström. Yeah. And he's been in several bands, among other like Ebba Grön, which was like a punk band, and he had another group called Imperiet. And Imperiet, they did like a release, like a live CD release called the 2nd of August. And I think it's a brilliant album. I mean, it's a really good live album. It's really, scaled down. It's really simple and just good feeling to it. And I love his singing. I really do think he's one of the world's best ever singer. Not because he has the best voice, because he doesn't have the best voice, but he has such feeling in what he does, which is amazing.
And what would you pick for your own funeral?
For my funeral, now we come to Bathory. And I know Ted is going to hate me for this because he feels the same, and I think actually originally it is his idea. But I have to tell you, I really agree. It's a song to Haul Up High from Hammerheart. I think that's just would be beautiful like, as a funeral song. It's
2 minutes and 20, so it's a short one too.
Yeah.
All right. Then thank you very much. We have just finished the track.
Thank you, Gunnar.
Thank you.
Always nice to talk.